Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game. So be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwell Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker this evening. We're at the Castle as your 10-5 Norwell Knights take on the 9-6 Knights from East Noble. Last night, we were in Kendallville as your Lady Knights got knocked out of the running for the NE8 championship, but the boys still very much alive to this point if they can win out and get a little help.
That's right. They still got a shot against one of the conference leaders in Huntington North coming up a week from next Friday, and that'll be a very important game. This one's very important as well, and according to the computer so far, should be pretty tight tonight as well.
54-53 says Harold's website for tonight, using the Sagarin ratings and the algorithms that they use. I would expect this one to be close. Both teams with similar records. East Noble with a little bit more size than Norwell. They've got a couple players over 6'5", whereas Norwell with just Brandon Nicholson being the only player at 6'5". And they've got some athletic players. The one that stands out to me, one of the best quarterbacks in the area, 6'2" junior Andrew McCormick. I expect to see him do a little bit of everything tonight for the East Noble Knights.
Yeah, McCormick's a very athletic kid. It's been fun to watch him over the last 2 years at quarterback position. He's really got some good talent, and he's only a junior, so he's still got another year left in him. Now, Norwell, on the other hand, is going to enter their most brutal stretch of the year. Really no more easy wins throughout the rest of the season. The good news is they finished with 3 at home, so that's always helpful going into sectional play, which this year is at Belmont, so that's also a friendly return. To have sectional at Decatur, only about 20 minutes down the road, and that's a very good facility to have sectional.
It is. After being at Columbia City for a couple of years, which to me is one of the dreariest gyms in the area, nice to get back to Belmont. It's just a more open feel at Belmont. Obviously can hold significantly more people, at least it seems that way, with the bleachers all the way around. Up top. And I think, this Norwell team, would it be a surprise if they won the sectional? Probably, with Lures being in the sectional now. But I really think if they can find a way to score enough points, they can beat a team like Bishop Lurie.
Yeah, Norwell's got enough talent on the team, and we've seen them play several games this year. When they're at their best, they're really tough to beat. And I think at times they've really got it going and clicking on all cylinders. If they can put together a little bit of a run, they'll have a good shot to win the sectional, and then just to look forward, regional is down at Marion this year, so that'll be I think that's a good goal for the Knights to have this year.
It certainly is. Talked about offense. Norwell averaging 53.5 points a game, giving up 50. East Noble not a lot different, averaging almost 56 and giving up about 52. East Noble is coming off of a loss to Leo last Saturday night. They haven't played since. Leo took them out at East Noble 60-52. A little bit of a surprise there for me, Derek.
That's right, and the key that I take out of that schedule is that all 4 of their conference games, they've really struggled to put up points. Against Columbia City, they put up 40, and then against Huntington North, they lost 37-29. That's a problem when you can't score in conference. Norwell's done a nice job of that. Now they've capped themselves at 66 points. They got their season high. They tied it on Wednesday against a little bit of a struggling Northfield team, but I thought they took advantage, played really well, took great care of the basketball. That's one of the key factors for this team, and in their success this year, they're averaging in single-digit number of turnovers. That's really good for a high school team.
Yeah, it really is, and I would expect the pace to be a little bit slow tonight between these two squads. I think East Noble will want to take care of the basketball, and Norwell has done a good job of taking care of it as well. Coach Dugan brought us up some stats and some really good performances so far. Will Geiger, the freshman, averaging almost a double-double after a 31-point effort last Friday or Saturday at New Haven. Did not have that night again, which you wouldn't expect a freshman to be consistently scoring like that. But just watching him warm up and practice a little bit today, really impressed with that young man.
The issue was he didn't see that many minutes as he got himself 3 fouls early in the first half, and that took him out of the basketball game for a long time. However, Norwell was able to find a couple other key players to do it. They ran a two bigs at the same time. Brandon Nicholson was in there. He worked really hard and played very well, I thought. His best game probably of the year so far, and I hope we see more of that. Coach McBride was excited to run a little bit more of the two big man system.
The Knights have 3 players averaging in double figures. Cody Shively, the senior, leading the way at 15.5 points a game. Cole Wilson just a tick under 10. And then Will Geiger at 13.2. Geiger leading the way average-wise in rebounds at 9.2 a game. Cody Shively chipping in with 4.5, which that's another pretty impressive number to me, is Cody really is handling the offense up top, and for him to average 4.5 rebounds a game, that's pretty significant to go along with almost 4 assists per game.
Yeah, he also is very active on the defensive end. He's actually, I believe, in the top 10 in steals per game in the area. Geiger is in the top 5 in rebounds per game in the area, so that's both pretty impressive numbers. For Cody to get that number of rebounds, that's good. Considering, as you mentioned, he's kind of hangs around the perimeter, but he really attacks the basket, and he gets around the blockouts. Does a nice job of pulling the ball down.
Yeah, he's got a real nose for the ball. We talked about McCormick for East Noble, though. They've got a number of other returners, senior Brandon Nichols and Kyron Foster, along with juniors Brandon Robinson and the aforementioned McCormick. They've also got what I expect to be their point guard, I believe, is a freshman. Eakins. Nope, Eakins is the coach. I apologize. Eakins actually he played at Grace in college. Coach Eakins did. His first year at East Noble, as their old coach left after last year. Well, I was thinking, I was reading where. Yeah, Hayden Jones. And he is the starting point guard as a freshman, wearing number 22 tonight. They've also got a couple of younger players that should prove to be pretty good, in Michael Bender and Drew Devers. And they're a relatively deep team, decent size. I think they're going to give the Knights all they can handle tonight.
Now, the reality is, with this series between the boys and the girls both, the home team has been dominant.
Yes.
The last couple times East Noble's come to the Castle, they've gotten beat by a pretty good margin. Norwell didn't really have any trouble either of the last 2 times. However, it's been a completely different story when we go up to Kendallville. East Noble's dominated the series there, so I think it's important that both of these teams are very good at home, and Norwell hasn't lost at home since the first game of the year against Mississinawa.
These teams are dead even over the last 30 years, 16 and 16 between the two of them. East Noble, as you mentioned, Derek, a 21-point win last year up in Kendallville against Norwell. And their Sagarin ratings also very close. East Noble 140th overall, 85th in 3A, in 4A. Norwell 143rd overall. You can't get a whole lot closer than that between two schools that are that far apart. Then, of course, Norwell 33rd in Class 3A. We will have a recorded national anthem tonight. So what we'll do is we'll break away and run a couple of commercials while that's going on. Thanks for joining us here on Wells County Voice and our pregame show. We'll go ahead and break now, run a few commercials, and be back with the tip-off and starting lineups after these words.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family. and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for three by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
Welcome back to the Castle. We're just about set for the starting lineups. First, for the East Noble Knights. Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, the East Noble Knights. It's Brandon Nichols, Brandon Robinson, Hayden Jones, Andrew McCormick, and Drew Devers. For head coach Ryan Eakins, 9-6 in his first year at East Noble. For Norwell, it's Cody Shively, Luke Zettis, Riley Stauffer, Cole Wilson, and Will Geiger. For head coach Mike McBride, 10-5 in his first year at Norwell, 129 and 151 in his 13th year overall. Geiger will tip off against number 14, Brandon Robinson, and Norwell controls the tip. Interesting, to a certain extent, McCormick out there with long sleeves on underneath his blue jersey. There's Geiger with the turnaround. Nice pick down low as Geiger gets the Knights on the board early, and they're going to bring a little bit of pressure here across the half court. East Noble gets it into the corner. That was Brandon Nichols with the three-point miss. Good ball fake there by Jones, the freshman. Couldn't get the drive to go. Rebound controlled by Geiger. Boy, good move by the freshman there. Took it right to the basket. Cole Wilson Not able to keep a handle on it, and that'll be the first turnover of the game. Surprised to see Jones take it to the rim like that, Derek?
I am a little bit. I thought East Noble, and actually that was a fairly quick shot in the possession, so I'm a little surprised by East Noble's pace so far.
We were a little surprised by the girls last night as well, as a foul's going to be called. Jones was tripped up. Jones listed at 5'11". I think that's pretty generous, as Jones wearing number 22, inbounding the basketball. That's McCormick. He stands out not only with the long sleeves, but also a little bit of a mohawk going on there with his hair. Long three ball. No good, but the offensive rebound by Brandon Robinson. That ties it up at 2. The miss was by I'm looking for him inside. Geiger can't get it to go, but chases down his own rebound. On the other end, it was Brandon Nichols with the miss. He's missed a pair of threes to this point. East Noble's already gotten up 4 shots. Norwell just 2. Will Geiger will be just a touch long. Coach Dugan.
He said it, didn't he?
He did. Will Geiger had hit 27 consecutive free throws prior to that attempt, and I promised Coach I wouldn't mention it because I didn't want to jinx him.
Missed 2.
And he missed 2. He was a little long on the first one, a little short on the second one.
77% shooter on the season as well.
That was Robinson in the corner. Hayden up top. As we mentioned, just a freshman. Trying to drive was Drew Devers, and he stepped on the end line. That'll be the first turnover for the East Noble Knights. Boy, it's hard to believe McCormick's just a junior. Seems like we've been watching him as a part of East Noble athletics for more than just 3 years now. Coming up top to get it was Zetas as the Knights using that motion offense. They were looking for the backdoor cut there. Jones really tracking Cody Shively. Freshman will bump Shively, and that'll be the second foul on East Noble. The first on Hayden Jones, and I missed 2 of the first 3 fouls. Oh, good kick to Riley Stauffer. Can't get the 3 to go. And rebound was controlled by Robinson. Jones the other way. Pull-up jumper way long. Norwell will head the other way. Interesting looking shot there from the freshman. Kind of stiff looking. High over his head. Stauffer on the curl. Gets it taken away from him. East Noble heads the other way. That's Devers. And can't get it to go from point blank range. The ball will go back to East Noble. Inbounding the freshman Jones. 5:03 left here in the first. Devers tracks it down. Devers is tall and long, listed at 6'3". Certainly looks taller than that. Cole Wilson almost came up with a steal there, overplaying the passing lane. And now Geiger comes up with a steal. He'll head the other way and get fouled. It did appear as though the defender got a lot of basketball, but the call will go on Hayden Jones. That'll be his second, team's third. Norwell with just 1 team foul so far. Geiger knocks down this free throw. East Noble with a huge contingent of cheerleaders here this evening. I counted 25, Derek.
Also a good number of fans making the long trip from Kendallville. Norwell had a a nice group making up the trip last night as well for the girls matchup.
They did. And, Cody Shively, great anticipation. Gets his first 2 of the game and a steal.
Yeah,
boy, he timed that just perfectly.
Boy, that brings up the memory of the Heritage game, and that's almost exactly the same thing as he did, getting after it on defense in the backcourt and laying it in.
We got a sub on the floor for East Noble. Just took that first shot. That was Ali. Couldn't get it to go. Shively wanting to run. Little Euro move, and couldn't get the shot. That was a tough shot.
It was,
Tried to get it up with his left hand.
It was not a travel.
No, the East Noble crowd 1-1, but that's that Euro step. As stepping out and hitting the 3 is Brandon Nichols. That makes him 1 for 3 from beyond the arc and brings the East Noble Knights to within 1.
That was a pretty deep look for Nichols that time.
Boy, and he was set to shoot that as well. They ran that play for him. The first 2 just kind of came in the flow of the offense, and that one he was definitely ready to shoot. Wilson to the free throw line. That's blocked by Devers. Good defense there by the junior. McCormick will launch a 3 and hit it. That's his first shot of the game, and that gives East Noble their first lead of the game at 8-6. Couple long-range bombs here from East Noble early on. Luke Zettis in the corner. He has not taken a shot yet. Oh, nice pass to Cody Shively, but Shively follows his shot and taps it out, and a traveling call on Cody. That'll be the Knights' 3rd turnover as James Smith enters for the Knights. Luke Zettis takes a seat.
Not very often do you see the turnover number this high. Of course, it's only 3 right now, but they're on pace for a lot more than their average.
Each team with 3 so far. Ali, a 6'5" sophomore. Very thin. As East Noble tries to force it underneath, they throw it away. That'll be the 4th turnover on the Knights from Kendallville.
No, it hasn't been a terribly slow pace, but the scoring kind of reflects a pace that is slow, as neither team's done a good job of taking care of the ball, and neither one's shooting a good percentage. East Noble with a couple baskets on their last few possessions.
East Noble 3 of 8 so far, as Smith wide open for 3. Hits the strap. That'll go over to East Noble. Norwell, they've only hit 2 field goals. They're 2 of 8 to this point. Doing a good job with pressure on their defense, though. Making it tough for East Noble to get into their offensive sets, and McCormick will travel. Yeah, McCormick just got his feet moving before he got the ball put on the floor. McCormick listed at 6'2", 195. He just looks like an athlete out there. Wearing number 32 this evening. Smith will handle things on the point. And they're trying to get Cody Shively free. He's currently being guarded by Ali, who's very long. Shively lost his dribble. Geiger inside is going to travel.
Now, Norwell needs to figure out a way to take a little bit better care of the basketball. They're silly turnovers. Neither one of the last 2 travels was forced. So,
Will trying to get position down low, and almost a steal by Stauffer. They're going to call it timeout, as East Noble able to get it called right in front of their own bench. It will be a 30-second, I believe, so we'll keep it here. 1:48 left in the first quarter, and I agree with you, Derek. The pace certainly more up-tempo than what I expected.
Yeah, the scoring's certainly not too high yet, but if either team's able to get anything going, I think both teams are comfortable running a little bit. East Noble's just had a slower, or at least a lower scoring output in only conference games. The rest of their games are scoring in the 50s and 60s, so not sure what's going on in the conference matchups, but I think Huntington North really took the air out of the basketball, beating them 37-29 a couple weeks ago. That's very low scoring to hold a team to 29, I'm guessing. Now, Huntington North has been known to do that before.
Oh, yeah. Well, they've got the old Jay County coach.
And they're very successful. He's been he's done it well for a lot of years. He had tremendous success at Jay County.
Yeah, and that is exactly the reason we need a shot clock in high school basketball here in Indiana. Ali at 6'5", handling the basketball up top. Good defense there by Wilson to knock it loose, and this time he's going to get called for a foul.
A little too aggressive that time.
Yeah, just caught a piece of the East Noble player. Enough to draw a whistle. That'll be Cole's first, team's second. Not a lot of whistles so far, just 5. Ali inbounding, finds Robinson. Robinson with the turnaround, can't get it to go. Good rebound by Smith. He'll bring it up himself. Geiger on the baseline, can't get it to go, and a foul's going to be called. Well, Will had this trouble up at Heritage as well, Derek. He just couldn't get those shots to go.
Yeah. Just could not get the close range ones to go. He had good success when he was in against Northfield on Wednesday, as he, I think, had a quiet 14 points, which he was just able to put that up. This time he's blocked away.
Kyron Foster, by the way, entered for East Noble, picked up that last foul. He's number 21, senior. Boy, and that's got to be 3 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
As they call it on 33 Devers. Brandon Nicholson will enter for the Knights as Geiger takes a seat. Norwell with just 2 field goals so far in this quarter, under a minute to go. They've been guarding Cody really tough as Cody gives it up to Wilson inside. Wilson with the turnaround. He gets on the board. And that ties it up with 43 seconds left. Devers handles it in the corner. That was Kyron Foster with the miss. Smith quickly the other way. Can't get it to go. 30 seconds left. As McCormick will be guarded by Wilson. Almost lost the handle. Ali into the lane. And he's going to be fouled. I think that's going to go on Brandon Nicholson.
Well, both teams really tried to push it there towards the end of the quarter, under a minute. A lot of times you see teams hold it for one shot once you get under a minute. And each team's gotten, or East Noble now has 2 shots here in the last minute. Norwell got one off as well. And it was a pretty good look for Smith. Tried to play through some contact.
Ali with the good touch from the free throw line. Luke Zettis re-enters for the Knights as Smith takes a seat. 21.9 on the clock here in this first quarter. When Ali looks like he might have some more height left in him, Derek.
Yeah, he sure does.
Very thin.
Yeah, he's got some left to fill out.
Shively across the timeline with 13 seconds left. Now the Knights are going to hold it for 1 shot. They've been pretty successful at end-of-quarter shooting and scoring. Nicholson at the high post, 2 seconds. Wilson loses the handle. The Knights will not get a shot off. And that'll end the first quarter. The Knights from East Noble leading this one 10-8. We'll take a break and be right back after these words.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair, with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 child per team, or 2 youth may make a team, and a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6. Only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes and a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com. bowlbluffton.com.
East Noble with the basketball to start this second quarter. Neither team shooting well at all. East Noble 3 of 11 from the field. Norwell 3 of 12, so 6 of 23 between them. as Lucas Platt is in there for East Noble. He's wearing number 4. Lucas is a 6-foot junior. He entered off the timeout. Also in there is number 42, Michael Bender. Stauffer picks up his first. That's the team's 4th. So East Noble running a lot of kids in and out of there. And we're just a few seconds into the second quarter. That's Devers. Devers with a pretty good handle for a big kid, as launching that shot was, well, I guess that's Michael Klein. I apologize, Derek. They had him listed on the roster differently than on the score sheet. Michael Klein played quite a few minutes in the JV game.
He did.
East Noble turning up the defensive intensity here a little bit. And an official's timeout, as we've got an untied shoe on the freshman Will Geiger. The Knights in there. I believe those shoes, are they navy or black?
They're navy.
That's what I thought. East Noble with a variety of shoes, so they obviously don't buy their kids shoes. They've got white, blue, gray. That's one thing I've always liked about Norwell. They've supplied their varsity, at least their varsity squad, with shoes, so they all match, as Geiger just not able to get much to go down tonight. He's now 1 of 5 from the floor, and Brandon Nichols gives East Noble a 5-point lead. Nichols is now 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Hit one in the first quarter as well. Ali doing a great job of guarding Cody Shively. A nice move there by Cole Wilson. He's got 4. And the Knights trail by 3. Michael Klein. Gotta see, boy, he looks small out there, doesn't he, Derek?
5 seconds.
Listed at 5'8". Good defense by the Knights. That'll be the 6th turnover on East Noble here in this first half.
I don't think he realized that he was close enough and that the official was counting.
Yeah, the officials do not make a verbal indication when they're counting. Zettis in the corner to Shively. Shively is really being well guarded. Ali, as that's going to be an offensive foul. Yeah, I saw it happen. Moving pick on Will Geiger. He was trying to set up Shively, and he did. It'll be the second foul on Will, as Brandon Nicholson will check back in. Also, James Smith is going to check in for Riley Stauffer. Norwell in a 2-2-1 full court defense here. Ali in the backcourt with Klein, and Klein travels. Klein is just a freshman, so Coach Eakins with a pair of freshmen running the point for him.
Kind of a sloppy start to this game. Both teams.
Hayden Jones started, and he's on the bench with 2 fouls, so it'll be interesting to see if Klein continues to struggle, as Smith threw that pass right at the feet of Brandon Nicholson. He really didn't have much chance of catching it. Ali, the left hand. I'll tell you, he handles the ball pretty good for 6'5". He gets free in the lane. The turnaround, no good. James Smith pulls down the rebound. And the East Noble crowd wanted a foul on James Smith as the arm came out. And I think he's going to pick that foul up himself. Yeah, he does. That's his first. Robinson back in the game for East Noble, as is number 42, Michael Bender. McCormick. I wasn't sure where that pass was going. Brandon Nicholson came back to get it. McCormick looking for help. There's Ali. Ali did not start this game, and yet he's played huge minutes in this first half. McCormick stuffed by Cole Wilson. Good defense there by Cole. Only the second shot that McCormick's taken. 4:40 left in this second quarter. Very low-scoring game, but not necessarily because of pace, just poor shooting. Neither team shooting a good percentage at all. Shively finally gets open for a shot and buries it. That's 5 points for Cody, and it ties the basketball game with 4:20 left in this second quarter. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you got to have a little bit better man-on-man defense there as McCormick crossed over right in front of James Smith. That foul is... Oh, did they say that hit the strap,
yeah.
Derek? Okay. I thought they called a foul on the rebound. Riley Stauffer re-enters for Norwell, and Devers back in there for East Noble. Smith will run the point. They're not guarding James beyond the arc at all. He's being guarded by Andrew McCormick. And traveling on Shively.
Boy, the turnovers really starting to mount now for Norwell, but also for both teams. East Noble's had a number of them as well.
East Noble was, at least by my count, East Noble was 7, Norwell was 6. So you're right, Derek, just kind of a sloppy basketball game to this point. And adding to the perception of sloppiness is poor shooting by both squads, as Nichols can't get that three to go. He's taken 5 of them, hit 2. 40% certainly an acceptable percentage. Wilson had his man beat, decided to try to not go all the way to the rim, and he'll be fouled on this drive. Not sure who that'll go against, but possibly Devers. Yep. Drew Devers picks up his first. That's the 5th team foul called on East Noble. Bender takes a seat. Back in is the freshman Jones. And another steal up ahead to Jones. Jones loses the handle. Riley Stauffer doing a great job of getting back, but following Brandon Robinson, and Jones with the presence of mind to find him. Gives East Noble the lead back. Jones has really got excellent foot speed. Gets up and down the floor very well for a freshman. He's tracking Riley Stauffer right now as Robinson is guarding Shively. Nicholson tries to get it into Stauffer, and Stauffer can't keep the handle on it. Nicholson, good defense there on Jones, and a good job pulling down the rebound. Jones now 0 for 3 on the basketball game. James Smith thinking about shooting the 3 and does it.
James is capable of hitting that shot.
Yeah, he is. Being guarded by the 6'2 Brandon Nichols, though. Probably gave him a bit of pause. Shively beats his man, gets fouled, and gets it to go. Boy, nice touch on that high arcing shot at the rim. And the foul is called on Brandon Robinson. That's his first. Team 6th. Luke Zettis checks back in for the Knights. Shively trying to convert the three-point play. He's got 7 so far, now 8. And the Knights take the lead back at 16-15. 2:17 to go in this half. Very low scoring to this point. And Stauffer almost came up with a steal. Knights doing a good job on the defensive side of the basketball.
Yeah, that's the only reason they're in this game at this point, with their offense and poor shooting percentage and too many turnovers. They're making up for it on defense, which has been their rock-solid consistency that they can fall back on all season long.
You know, it really is. We were talking about the fact that the Knights may be overperforming their pedigree as Brandon Nichols gets the short jumper to go, and they retake the lead. But that has been because of their defense. I mean, I really feel like if they've outperformed expectations this year, it's because they've played rock-solid defense all year long. foul's going to be called on Devers as Cole Wilson will go to the line.
So one and bonus situation.
Wilson with 4 points to this point. Ali checks in for Devers. Devers sets down with his second foul. Smart move, I think, by Coach Egan's to get him out with 1:43 left in this half. You don't want him picking up his third foul in this half, as Wilson not able to knock down the free throw. Ali finds McCormick. McCormick tries to beat Stauffer. Good defense by Stauffer. Boy, Ali had a lane to the basket, didn't take advantage of it, and travels before he puts the ball on the floor. I've got both teams now with 8 turnovers, and that's a lot, as Grant McMichael checks in for the first time. Nicholson takes a seat. Geiger has been on the bench for some significant time here with 2 fouls. Wilson tries to beat Robinson, and Robinson doing a good job of moving his feet. Stauffer double dribbled. That's going to be the 9th turnover on the Knights. We were just talking, Derek, about how well they've taken care of the basketball this year so far.
They're just trading turnovers
Not
right
tonight. 2-2-1 trap as the ball is thrown away.
So now 2 turnovers in a row by both teams.
I got each team with 9 turnovers.
That's
a
struggling
lot for a boys game.
Oh, yeah.
Under a minute to go in this second quarter. Luke Zetas up top with the basketball. Now McMichael and Wilson. Wilson spins into the lane. Great move. Good quick move to get around Robinson. Gives the Knights back the lead. Your Knights. McCormick. He's launched a couple of threes. Connected on one of them so far. Now Robinson being guarded by Wilson. McCormick being very patient here. Nice pass underneath to McCormick. He's going to be fouled by Zetas, I believe. That is the first foul on Luke Zetas, team's 7th. But just 14.2 seconds left in this second quarter, as McCormick good on his first one. Well, this game's been tied all the way. Not more than a couple points difference all night so far. I think the biggest lead East Noble had was at 5. And the Knights will try to take a lead into the locker room with 7 seconds left. Stauffer inside. Wilson turns the short jumper. No good. The rebound by McCormick. And we will go into the locker rooms here at halftime, tied at 18. A very low-scoring basketball game. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors with your halftime show and more. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com.
Are you looking for a new dental home, or maybe you've suffered a dental sports-related injury? Contact Dr. Laura Kukulhan and her caring staff. They can help you with your general and emergency dental needs. Dr. Laura Kukulhan and her staff provide a wide variety of services such as fillings, crowns, veneers, bridges, bleaching, dentures, athletic mouth guards, and much more. Dr. Kukulhan's office is located at 1133 North Main Street in Bluffton. Call today at 824-31000 for an appointment with Dr. Laura Kukulhan.
Dr. Laura Kukulhan is a provider for Delta Dental and Aetna insurances. She is also accepting Care Credit. Dr. Kukulhan and her staff will make you feel at home. Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
Yeah, welcome back to the Castle. You were treated to the Norwell dance team, a performance this evening. We've got a tie ball game here at Norwell, an 18-18 matchup, as these two teams struggled with turnovers. They struggled from the floor shooting, and neither team got a whole lot going. The biggest lead, I think, was 3 or 4 points, or 5 points, I think, actually, by East Noble at 13-8. And Norwell was able to make up for what they were lacking on offense on the defensive end, as they have all season long. And Greg, I know you got some stats to share with us.
Yeah, and you talked about the shooting, Derek. Both teams combined 13 of 37 from the field. Norwell slightly better than East Noble. East Noble just 6 of 19 from the field, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. 9 turnovers for East Noble so far in this one. Individually leading the scoring, Brandon Nichols. He had 3 shots out of 6. 2 of them were threes, and he's got 8 points. Brandon Robinson has 4 on 2 of 3 shooting, as well as Andrew McCormick, who was 1 of 3 from the field and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also chipping in with 2 points was Ali, as he hit a couple free throws and missed a couple other shots. Hayden Jones was 0 for 3 from the floor, and Kyron Foster, Michael Klein, and Drew Devers all 0 for 1. For your Norwell Knights, as a team, they were 7 of 18 from the field in the first half. That's just 39%, slightly better than East Noble. 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, so Norwell has not pumped out too many outside shots. Cody Shively hit the only one that they made. And then from the free throw line, Norwell just 3 of 6, which you'd like to see that, maybe 4 of 6 at minimum, but 50%, little under the Knights for the year, as they're at 70% coming into this one. Individually, also they had 9 turnovers as a team. Individually, Cody Shively leading the way. He's got 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting and hit a free throw. Cole Wilson with 6. He was 3 of 4 from the field and missed a free throw. And then Will Geiger with 4. That's the entirety of Norwell's scoring. Will was 1 of 5 from the field and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. James Smith took 3 shots, couldn't get him to go, and Riley Stauffer was 0 for 1 from the field in the first half. We didn't talk about the 2 other games that went on here earlier this evening. Norwell lost the 9th grade game 39-20 and won the JV game 34-26. So the varsity looking to win the night for your Norwell Knights.
It was a struggle in the first half for both teams. There's no sugarcoating it. Neither team played as well as they wanted to. But I think both teams at times kept themselves in the game with their defense, as East Noble obviously was able to create a whole bunch of turnovers on this end of the floor. Norwell's got to find a better way. Sometimes you just have a bad shooting night.
Yeah.
That is, but you got to find a way to get yourself shots and not turn the ball over so much so you have some more opportunities. That's a key to everything. More often than not, the more shots you take, you're probably going to win the game. Offensive rebounds are a key to that, so they really got to attack the basket, attack the rim on offense, on the rebounding standpoint, and take care of the basketball here in the second half.
Well, Norwell's done a pretty good job of keeping East Noble off the boards. Of course, we're not keeping track of rebounds, but my perception is that rebounds are pretty much even to this point, and East Noble with a distinct height advantage across the line.
Yeah, Norwell has played tough all year. They've done a nice job on the boards all season long. A couple of the guys that aren't very big and can be a little undersized do a nice job of being in the right place at the right time to grab some rebounds. And that's something they'll definitely have to do here in the second half.
Yes, they will. We'll take another break here. Let you hear from a couple more of our sponsors before this second half gets started. Thanks for joining us. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker. We'll be back after these words.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332. Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com. Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located, across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H Park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front-end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Carrie Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Carrie Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Yeah, welcome back to the second half of action here at the Castle. We're tied at 18. Norwell starts the second half with the basketball.
Luke Zetas will handle it up top early on here, as both teams have played man-to-man in the half court all night long. Norwell, of course, playing a lot of that 1-2-2 full court zone trap when they're on defense. Zetas being guarded by McCormick. Oh, nice spin move again by Cole Wilson. That's the second time he's done that tonight. And he gives Norwell back the lead at 20-18. There's that 1-2. It is a 1-2-2 and 10-second call. That'll be East Noble's 10th turnover of the game. Good defense by the Knights. Boy, they're doing a good job in that 1-2-2, Derek.
Very nice job in the backcourt. That's also something they've done all season long. They, at times, will bring some pressure, and it seems to fluster some teams. It's a very good backcourt trap.
It is, and they do it without fouling, which you like to see that. Zetas launches his first shot of the game, and a foul's going to be called. It's going to go against East Noble. It'll send Will Geiger to the line. Brandon Robinson picks up his second. First foul of the second half, and Geiger good on that free throw. He missed his first couple tonight, broke a string of 27 in a row coming into this one. But he's hit his last 3. Looking to make it 4, and he does. Will's going to shoot a lot of free throws over the next 4 years. Just 6'3", and a traveling call on Devers. Norwell might have got a break there, Derek.
I think you're right.
East Noble fans wanted a foul on
yeah, we're going to have
an ejection of a fan.
It is an ejection.
Yeah, that's too bad because, you know, there's, as an official, you have to be immune to hearing anything. Cole Wilson dribbles it out of bounds. That'll be the night's first turnover of the second half.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
No, no. Even if he said something inappropriate, he sure couldn't have done anything about it as he limps out of the gym. Nichols looking for help. And, you know, the thing is, Derek, if it was bad enough, loud enough, we would have heard it.
You know, we saw a similar situation a couple years ago when
That's
Jay
right.
County was here. You remember that? It
Yep.
was kind of nobody knew what was going on, and the official just pointed, and that was it.
Yeah, and I just hate to see that as Robinson hits his first 3 of the game. In fact, that's the first one he's taken, and that gets East Noble back to within 1. This game has really been a seesaw affair. Underneath, Stauffer blocked.
I'd like to see Riley go up with that immediately instead of stop him because he allowed the defense to recover a little bit from the weak side and come over and put – he's kind of going in against the trees there. He's undersized a little bit.
Good play on the inbounds. Cole Wilson gets his 4th point of the second half. I've got him for 10 overall. And 3 points is as big a lead as – that looked to be traveling. No call. Jones, the freshman, launches a 3. Yep. That's his first points of the night, and things starting to heat up here.
Yeah.
As we're tied at 24. East Noble 2 for 2. Norwell 2 of 4 early on. East Noble with a couple of turnovers. That's Geiger in the lane, can't get it to go. And Jones pulls down the rebound for East Noble. And a traveling call on Andrew McCormick. That's the 3rd turnover of the second half on East Noble.
I think the travel came before the foul that time.
It did. Yeah. And it wasn't a horrible call. I mean, the travel and the one where the gentleman got thrown out of the game, the travel and the foul were about simultaneous as Norwell able to get a timeout called. That'll be the first for Coach McBride. We're tied at 24. That will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. I never saw an indication. You saw him do this? Thumbs to the shoulders?
Well, no, that's just what I do. I saw Coach McBride call it. I cheated. Again,
Gotcha.
See,
That's
I've got
good,
a
though.
leg up on everything.
You do.
It's just one step ahead.
You have the eye of the camera to your advantage as Principal Mark Mish talking to the official that threw out the fan.
He was pretty adamant that was the wrong call on the way out. He was
still giving it to him.
Oh yeah. He was still chirping a little bit.
5:16 left in this third quarter. We expected a close one, and we got it. Sagarin predicted a 1-point Norwell win. Right now, we don't even have that kind of separation between these two squads. East Noble has guarded Cody Shively with some long players tonight between Robinson and Ali. Zetas pounds it down low to Geiger. Geiger muscles it up and in.
Really showing some strength that time, playing again through some contact to give Norwell the lead.
I've got Geiger with 8 points now. Had 4 in the first half, now 4 in this second. Robinson. Jones, the freshman, almost batted away from him.
Beautiful pass.
It sure was. Nichols in the corner couldn't get it to go. And Cody Shively with another rebound. He's going to try to take an end-to-end, batted away from him. Wilson with it on the floor, can't get up. And Norwell's going to have to use another timeout just to retain possession. It's another 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 4:27 on the clock. Both teams doing a little bit better job of scoring the basketball here early on in the second half.
Yeah, shooting's just been a little bit better. There's still been some miscommunications on offense, taking care of the ball. Haven't resulted in a lot of turnovers yet, but they're still kind of bobbling, just having some issues handling things this evening. But Norwell will have the basketball after having to burn 2 timeouts here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, and you hate to see that with just 3 timeouts left in the game. East Noble has 4. East Noble's biggest trouble, though, is the fact that they have 12 turnovers, as Coach Eakins getting some time with the same official that threw out his fan. Eakins played college basketball at Grace. Of course, if you follow Norwell basketball, Caleb Featherson and Kyle Philman both up there. Underneath from Shively to Geiger. Gets it to go. He's going to go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, that hung on the rim for a long time before dropping through, and Norwell can get their, actually they already have their biggest lead of the game right now, and he can make it a 5-point advantage.
That foul was called on Brandon Robinson. The junior picks up his third, and Geiger now 5 of his last 5 from the free throw line. These first few minutes of the second half so important in deciding the course of especially a close basketball game. Norwell working hard in their man-to-man defense right now. Nice pass underneath to McCormick. McCormick up and in with the right hand.
Good play there by East Noble, and it was executed perfectly for a little turnaround off the glass for McCormick.
Shively now handling the ball up top. He hadn't been handling it much early on, as Wilson is going to be fouled by Devers, I believe. If so, that'll be his third. I think it is on Devers. Norwell has yet to have a foul called on him in this second half. That'll make East Noble fans happy.
There really has not been that many fouls called in this game. As he had probably, 10 in the first half?
Yeah.
11?
Actually, both teams ended up right at, I think it was 14.
Okay. Well, a lot of them came late.
They did. Checking in for East Noble, number 42, Michael Bender, and number 2, Ali, as Wilson good with a pair. I've now got Cole for 14 points. Norwell's lead at 31-26, and they are shooting it well here so far in the second half. Nice pass underneath to Jones. Jones didn't even look, though, at trying to put it up as Ali loses the handle. I just like saying Ali.
Great name.
It is. In the corner, that's Geiger. That's about as far as he gets away from the basket. Able to score as he goes right by Michael Bender. Geiger having a heck of a third quarter. I got him with 9 points in this quarter. Ali, boy, that's a pretty drive. That gets East Noble back to within 5. As Wilson needs to get his foot out of the lane. He does just in time. That was pretty close to a 3-point count. Luke Zettis wide open for 3 from the corner. Can't get it to go. He's had a couple good looks in this third quarter.
A little bit of a streaky shooter.
He is. When he gets hot, he can really light it up as Hayden Jones, his second 3 of the game, gets East Noble to within 2.
That's a huge basket. Right as Norwell, looked like Norwell might be able to pull away, and had a chance to make it double-digit lead. Now it's all the way back down to 2.
Yeah, Norwell missed a 3. East Noble made a 3. And we've got a close ball game again as Wilson.
Yeah, Zettis needs,
Zettis got caught.
Now, he didn't move after he let go of the ball, and he just kind of stuck around in the lane. And that's going to be 3 seconds every time.
Just a second turnover of the second half on the Knights. We're at 2:08 left in this third as Luke takes a seat and James Smith back in the game for the Knights. Smith's guarding Brandon Nichols. It's quite a height advantage for East Noble in that particular matchup. Oh, nice move by Andrew McCormick. They're going to say he's fouled from behind by Will Geiger, I believe. That's his third.
Well, Geiger got beat right along the baseline, and he had two choices. He could either foul or allow the basket, and he chose route number one, but it does result in his third personal.
As McCormick with the opportunity to tie this game up. It's not going to do it on this trip anyway. Geiger will take a seat. Brandon Nicholson back in there.
Actually have not seen those two in at the same time tonight, so interesting development in this game.
McCormick able to knock down 1 out of 2. We've got a 1-point game again. Boy, the three is such an equalizer. And Hayden Jones has hit a pair of them. Actually, East Noble's hit 3 in this second half. Norwell's not made one yet here in the third quarter. Although James Smith is going to try one and hit it. How about that?
Works both ways, doesn't it?
James Smith with his first points of the basketball game. Norwell's lead back to 4 with a minute and a half left. That's Bender. Bender has not even attempted to shoot the ball tonight. He's just a sophomore as Ali can't get it to go, and a foul coming out of the scrum. I think Brandon Nicholson might have got smacked in the face there. Ali picks up his first, team's fourth. Norwell's only had one team foul called in the second half. Smith will handle it for the Knights, being guarded by McCormick. Smith open. Oh, he was open. McCormick did a good job getting out on him, as Stauffer will pull it back out and leave it for James.
East Noble's done a nice job recovering on defense both inside and outside this evening.
They're a nice athletic team. They work hard, as most East Noble teams do, as Cole Wilson's going to be called for traveling. Coach McBride didn't like that, and Cole couldn't believe it either. It was hard for me to tell. Too many bodies between me and him.
It looked like that left foot came down twice. It took a little extra hop because I think he got kind of tripped by a player underneath, so I think maybe that was the gripe.
That's McCormick underneath. He's going to be fouled. Nice feed by Hayden Jones.
Well, this has certainly turned into a much better basketball game here in the third quarter. Both teams executing a little better, and it's still close, though. East Noble has a chance to draw it back within 2 on this free throw set.
Certainly much better percentage shooting by both teams here in the second half so far.
It really makes me question how they scored 29 against Huntington.
Yeah, it really does. As McCormick now 4 of 6 from the free throw line on the evening. 35 seconds left. Norwell will be content to take the last shot in this third quarter, as no movement with James Smith just dribbling it out near half court. And East Noble with no particular desire to force the action. I've never understood that.
Oh, boy.
13 seconds.
McCormick opened a book and read there and checked his watch.
Yep. Not too worried about much. 6 seconds. Smith into the corner is going to be bailed out. Tried to throw what looked like a shot up, but they call it on the floor. Michael Bender called for the foul. Will Geiger's going to check back in with 3.8 seconds. Saw Norwell working on their out-of-bounds plays earlier today, Derek, and they've got that. Well, no, they didn't go with the 4 flat. Geiger wide open. Cody Shively, no good. And that will end the third quarter. Boy,
that was a great look.
Great play. That was run to perfection by the Knights. We got a barn burner here. Norwell up by 2. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after these words from our sponsors.
TW Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, and it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Everyone is welcome at TW Fable.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Yeah, welcome back to the Castle. We're entering the fourth quarter of play, and Greg, I don't know if you caught it, but East Noble's JV team ran that exact same play at the end of the fourth quarter of that game. So I think that play just got entered into the Norwell playbook this evening.
Well, Norwell 6 of 11 from the field in
Much
that
better.
third quarter after 7 of 18, and that's thrown out of bounds. Norwell get the basketball at half court. That's a break for the Knights, as it wasn't touched by anybody. Norwell will get it.
Yeah, there was some confusion. The official pointed back towards this way, but he was pointing at the spot because nobody touched it, so it's got to come back half court.
Yep. The one spot Norwell struggling with a little bit from tonight, and that's from beyond the arc, just 2 of 7. That's fewer attempts than normal for Norwell. James Smith still handling it for the Knights. He's out there with Stauffer, Wilson, Geiger, and Shively. Wilson working on Ali. Norwell being very patient in this set as Geiger beyond the arc to get that basketball. They're trying to shake Cody Shively free. He's on the low block right now. Smith will launch a 3 instead and doesn't get it to go. East Noble with a chance to take the lead or tie. Nichols on the baseline drive. He ties it up at 36.
Now that tie is a result of East Noble's stout defense on the other end. It was swarming that possession, forcing Norwell to take a less than better opportunity look.
Cody Shively able to get free underneath. Good ball movement there by the Knights. Under 7 minutes left in this one. Ali on the block. I don't see him being a block player. And Hayden Jones.
Almost just a step inside the volleyball line that time.
That gives East Noble the lead back. It's the first lead they've had in a while, and Jones has hit his last 3 3-point attempts. Geiger underneath. Can't get it to go. Cody Shively chases down the rebound, and Wilson is going to absorb some contact and get it to go. Good body control there by Cole Wilson. He got bumped pretty good on that drive. Ali in the lane, and they're going to call a blocking foul, I believe, on James Smith.
There was little to no contact that time, but he flopped, and that kind of drew the foul call there. So went to the floor and drew the foul call of the official.
Some officials will call that nearly every time, especially if it's egregious. Speaking of egregious, did you see the NBA player the other night? I have no idea who it was. Obviously nobody famous as Luke Zettis checks back in. But he literally hopped on 1 foot across the lane, fell down, and the official just stood there and laughed at him. It was pretty funny, actually. Ali can't knock down the second one. We're tied again at 40s. Boy, this has been a tight game. Tied at 18 at half. Norwell up by 2 at the end of 3. Tied again here at 40. Well, I guess going all the way back to the first quarter, East Noble led 10-8 after the first. Wilson can't get the turnaround to go.
Now, instead of going up strong with it, he kind of fell away.
That was very close to a turnover. I don't know that anybody else noticed it, but McCormick left it for Ali, and Ali barely got his feet down. Riley Stauffer is going to be called for his second foul. That'll be the team's fourth. Stauffer's second. Interesting. East Noble had 5 team fouls to Norwell's 1, and now it's 5-4, so that didn't last long. In the corner, that's Brandon Nichols for 3, no good. Nichols hit a couple of those in the first half. Missed his last 3 as Stauffer, good ball fake there. Norwell will regather as they've got that, had that little triangle set up on the right side. The double picks up for Stauffer. Now Shively will pop up top as, boy, Geiger just sent McCormick to the floor. Good drive by Cole Wilson, who wanted the foul, didn't get the call. And East Noble, again, with a chance to take the lead. Hayden Jones will give it up to Robinson. Robinson hadn't done a whole lot offensively tonight. Nichols for 3, no good. And Cody Shively pulls down the rebound.
Missed opportunities for both teams the last couple trips.
Yeah, they've had some, each team has had some good looks. Just have not been able to knock them down. And now Shively's going to take the air out of the ball for a second to catch his breath. Being guarded by the freshman Jones. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Jones for a freshman. He's not very big, but he handles the ball well. Good feet, good athleticism. If he was 6'3", he'd be something. As Will Geiger gets another shot to fall. Will with a big second half.
That was a tough shot.
Yeah, it was. Will with 11 points in this second half. I got him for 15 overall. That's Jones with the floater, no good. And Will Geiger comes out of there with it. Shively on the run. Luke Zettis wide open for 3. Well short. It almost looks like Luke's trying to shoot that three-pointer on the way down. They say it's off of Zettis. It'll remain East Noble's basketball. Doesn't it look to you like Luke's actually on his way down when he's shooting that shot?
It's a little bit of a double clutch kind of deal. It's a late release, I think.
Yeah, and that's why he's short. It'll be a full timeout for East Noble. Each team now with 3 left. We'll take a break. Norwell up 42-40 here in the fourth quarter at the Castle. We'll be right back.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Well, here at the Castle, we've got 3:43 left in this one, unless we get extra time.
That's certainly a possibility here as we go down the stretch. Both teams have been quite resilient and have made up their deficits in this game. Norwell's was in the first half, and East Nobles was here in the second. They trail by just 2 with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession.
East Nobles' three-point shooting has really picked up in the second half. They've hit 4 of them here in the second half already after hitting just a total of 3 at 8 in the first half. Of course, they've shot quite a few more than Norwell has as well. Jones looking underneath, finds Ali. It's taken away from him. Another turnover on East Noble, although both teams have really cleaned up the turnovers here in the second half. Derek.
It's been a much better second half to watch. Both teams a lot cleaner. Still not as many field goals as you'd like to see. Both teams have kind of cooled off here in the last couple minutes, but overall good basketball here in the second half.
Ali blocks Geiger. Ali is long, listed at 6'5". Not very big, but boy, gets off his feet quickly. Long arms and legs. Geiger's been blocked a couple of times tonight. Took him down towards 3 minutes. Robinson tried to get it to Nichols in the corner. Nichols has had that corner shot most of the night. He's hit 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. 2 of 7. 2 of 8. How about that? We'll get the number right.
Okay.
Jones with the basketball up top, and oh my goodness, he got left wide open for three. Fortunately for the Knights, he wasn't able to hit it.
Well, the missed shots, Norwell is not allowing East Noble to get offensive rebounds here in the second half. They've done a much better job on the defensive end on the boards.
They really have. That's a good call, as I can't recall it since they were in the second half. And Will Geiger's going to be called for his fourth foul. The defender, and I'm not sure who it was down in there.
I think it was McCormick.
Did a great job of selling that, as East Noble's going to take another timeout, trailing by 2.
That one was tough.
Yep. We will take another break here from Indiana Physical Therapy and be right back.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome back to the Castle, Derek. The Knights, after hitting 6 of 11 in that third quarter, just 2 of 9.
Well,
here in the fourth.
That shot went in. It's unfortunate that a charge was called, and it was close. But
hard for us to tell this far
away.
It
is. It really is. But with 2.5 minutes to go, the Knights are going to have to continue to come up with big stops on the defensive end.
And they have played really solid defense all night. This East Noble team has some athletes for sure, as it was taken away from McCormick, but Robinson ended up with it. Ali will launch a 3, no good. And Shively with the rebound for Norwell. He has gotten a ton of rebounds tonight. Cole Wilson wide open on the drive, and they're going to count that basket. That call could have gone the other way.
Yeah, it was a relatively indecisive call by the official, too. It was delayed, but it falls Norwell's way, and they'll have a chance for a three-point play.
McCormick with his second foul. Cole Wilson having a nice night for himself. I've got him for now 17.
That's a big play right there.
It sure is. It makes it a 2-possession game with an even 2 minutes left. Jones handling it up top for East Noble. Shively guarding him. Shively's got several inches on Jones. McCormick inside, and they're going to call traveling on Andrew McCormick. However, the officials are going to get together.
He is going to call a travel.
And the official's going to explain to Coach Eakins that he had the travel before the foul. I thought he traveled, but...
Well, another big turn here.
Will Geiger's going to check back in. Grant McMichael was in there for a few seconds.
I thought they were trying to decide whether they were going to count the basket. And it turns out the outside official calls the travel.
Zettis will bring it up. Geiger now with the 4 fouls is on an offensive-defensive switch with Grant McMichael.
Norwell has no reason to force a shot on this possession.
Absolutely not. Just a minute and a half left and up by 5. So one thing that this team has done a pretty good job of this year is being patient with the basketball when they needed to. That's one thing we've seen our Lady Knights struggle with a little bit, but the boys have done a really good job. Geiger being guarded very tightly by McCormick. Now Wilson, Shively, baseline. Oh, and he misses a layup, but Geiger there for the putback. Huge rebound and putback for Will Geiger, and they call it a technical foul.
No, this is an official's timeout. McCormick went down. I think he might have hit a tooth or something on his mouth. He went down hard, and since it was on offense and they had the ball, he was able to call a timeout.
Oh, that's what it was. I saw the hand up, and I thought maybe McCormick holding his head.
He definitely took a shot to the floor.
Oh, he hit the floor with his head.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that.
He's going to have to come off right here.
He's not happy about it, but he seems to be okay. He's holding his head pretty tightly there for a little bit. Norwell up by 7. Just 55 seconds left in this one. Still not out of the woods, though, as Hayden Jones has been hitting threes consistently in the second half.
They're taking a lot of time right here.
Too much.
Oh,
and that's just an awful call. They're going to call Cody Shively on the foul.
Well,
but it's only going to be 2.
Okay. Well, still, in any case, he got him off his feet, and he kind of drew the contact, initiated a little bit. But really an unnecessary foul right there. You got to force him to take a tough shot without fouling. Up 7 with 40 seconds to go.
Lee with a good shot fake. But from my angle, Derek, the reason I say that I thought was a bad call is because he went so far to his right. I mean, if you're going towards the basket, okay, then that's a good play. But when you go 3 feet to your right to draw any kind of contact, I struggle with that being a shot as Ali hits the second of 2. That's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 40 seconds left in this one, a 2-possession game.
Now, it's going to come down to free throw shooting, and there's been a couple games where Norwell has had to make free throws at the end, and they've done a really nice job of closing things out and putting it on ice from the free throw line. That big play right at the end there with Cody Shively taking it to the basket and then Geiger finishing on the follow. And I think if we look back on this and it's a Norwell victory, that'll be the difference right there.
Norwell's done an excellent job from the free throw line in this second half. 6 of 6 in the second half. 9 of 12 overall. Zedis will inbound. East Noble will bring full court pressure. Norwell with Shively and Wilson at the elbows, and a great play by Jones. It's out of bounds. It'll be East Noble basketball. Boy, Hayden Jones covered a lot of ground in a very short period of time to break up that pass with 35.9 left on the clock. Jones with a step-back 3, well short, but Devers comes up with the rebound and gets it to go. For Devers, that's his first points of the game, and that's the last timeout that East Noble had to use, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
It is a full one. We'll take a break here from the YMCA and be right back.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday anthem? The cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y. Start the new year on a healthy, active foot for you and your family. To find out more, go to fwymca.org and request a one-day pass from any Y in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County so you can try the Y for yourself.
24.6 seconds left on the clock here at the Castle. Norwell up by 4. They'll have the basketball on the end line. Geiger, Shively, Wilson, Stauffer, and Zedis on the floor. Zedis finds Geiger. Geiger looks down court, being double teamed, and Coach McBride will use a timeout, a wise timeout by Coach McBride. That's the third one he's used.
Norwell's having some significant trouble getting it across the half-court line right now.
They are. With 20.4 seconds left, let's catch up with Adams Memorial Hospital and be right back. The Knights leading by 4.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Looking at the East Noble cheer squad, I think they probably needed their own bus to get here tonight.
Full bus.
There's got to be at least 30 of them out there.
Yeah, their JV contingent was large as well, but Norwell has to find a way to get the ball across half court right now. You want to get it in the hands of Shively or Geiger, who are the two best free throw shooters on the floor. Geiger's at 77% and Shively at 85%, so those are the two guys you're looking for.
Zetas, I don't believe and Ali.
Oh, no
almost.
way. Well, I thought that was tipped by an East Noble player.
It was. As Cody Shively went to grab it, did not touch it.
Oh, my. Well.
And just a poor call by the official. I don't know. I think he might have gotten confused. Wide open underneath Brandon Robinson on the inbound play. Somebody got lost.
And unfortunately, it went into the, well, we're not going to be adding time here, but unfortunately it went into the crowd.
And what's the call? An official timeout.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, that's first warning. Next one will result in a problem. 15.1 seconds on the clock. And
unbelievable ending right here.
Norwell needs to get the basketball inbounded. Oh, he had Geiger, and Geiger stuck in the corner. That's a tough place to get the basketball.
Timeout.
I believe so. Well, according to...
Or did we have a foul call? Well, I think we'll be shooting free throws right here. Well, here's the deal.
There was a foul called, yep.
Geiger needs to knock down two, at least one. This is a 1-and-1 situation, and a miss could result in an East Noble with a chance to win.
Robinson picks up his fourth foul, 13.1 seconds on the clock. Big free throw here. Geiger gets it to go. Boy, that's a pressure free throw knocked down by the freshman.
Here's the other thing. Here comes a timeout by Coach McBride. The reality is, even if East Noble's able to score, since the clock does not stop in high school basketball, East Noble's out of timeouts.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly right. Norwell with one remaining. They've got a 3-point lead. This is a big free throw here to make it a two-possession game.
I think a two-possession game would probably all but end it. Norwell would almost not have to get the – I mean, it'd be really close.
They'd have to get the ball in. And
right.
That's
been an issue. But the key is there. They would not have to get it across half court, so they could stay in the backcourt, whatever. They just need this free throw. If he's able to knock it down, makes it two possessions. If he's not, East Noble has been good in the second half from the three-point line, and they've gained a little bit of momentum here down the stretch. They have a chance to tie it.
They really would. And the key to their defense and pressure, not allowing Norwell to get the ball in, has been Ali, the long 6'5" sophomore. Well, Geiger will be shooting the second of two free throws. He's been good in the second half. Norwell with another foul would put East Noble into bonus. I would almost be tempted to foul him once they got across half court. Geiger on the way, good. Nothing but net from the freshman. That's a 4-point lead for the Knights. 10 seconds. Jones, Nichols will launch and hit.
They don't have to get the ball in.
3 seconds. The clock's still running, and the clock is going to run out. You're exactly right, Derek. They did not have to inbound the basketball.
What a heads-up play by Norwell, and that's just how high school basketball works.
Cody Shively, very smart. He saw the clock. He knew how much time was on the clock. The Knights did not have to inbound, and they're going to come away with a 1-point NE8 victory. That will send the Knights to a 4-1 record, and East Noble will fall to a 1-4 record. I am really surprised at East Noble's record in conference. They're a better basketball team, Derek, than 1-4.
Well, their problem is, we talked about it before the game, their problem's been scoring points in the conference, and Norwell able to really, I think, survive would be the best term to describe this victory. And we'll go ahead and take a break and tally up some final statistics. The Knights come away with a 1-point victory.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit sf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis. You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique. Ossian Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Ossian Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair, with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
And welcome back to the Castle. Wrapping things up, Norwell comes away with a huge 1-point conference victory, 49-48. Well, the Knights certainly made it stressful at the end, as head coach Mike McBride is here to join us now.
This game, though, was tight all the way through. I believe that the largest lead for either team, Coach, was 5.
We were up 47-40. 47
okay, 7
40.
points. That's right. And they scored right away, didn't they?
And they outscored us 8-1 in the last.
That's right. That's right.
But you're right. It was a tight game.
Yeah, all the way through into the first quarter. East Noble led 10-8 at halftime, tied at 18. In the third quarter, Norwell up by 2, and then up by 1 to end it. But every win counts as a win. And actually, Sagrin picked you guys to win by 1 tonight.
Well,
so they were
Sagrin's
right on.
Been pretty accurate lately.
They have
now,
been.
I looked at what they got for next Thursday, and I hope they're wrong on that. All right.
We haven't looked ahead.
Okay. So, but they've been pretty accurate lately. I don't know. Maybe there's something to the computers there. I tell you what a gutty performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't say a very pretty one. I didn't think. I thought we were sloppy at times. I thought they were sloppy at times.
Uncharacteristically, we had you for 9 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, I think Coach Dugan had us for 10. So,
okay.
Yeah, and that was what we had. And we've been around 10 or 12 the whole game for several games in a row.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they played well tonight, I thought. They shot the ball well from 3 tonight, which they don't always do.
Especially in the second half.
Yeah. 22 for them, the freshman guard, Jones, is he's streaky.
Yeah. And
he hit 3 there in the second half. And we told our guys that you got to make him put it on the floor then because he gets hot and then he gets rolling. But, it's interesting. You watch teams on film, you scout. Certain teams present just certain dilemmas for you sometimes, and other teams that don't present a dilemma for you. This team actually, I felt, presented a little bit of a dilemma because I thought they had the length to cause some problems for both Will and Cole, and that did happen.
Yep.
And then I thought that they would chase Cody, and they did, and they basically made up their minds that they were not going to let Shively beat them, is really what happened. And it just took Wilson a little while to get going. I thought this could be a game where Cole could have a big night, and he did. And I thought he had a really nice second half.
Yeah, he sure did.
And then Will, I thought, asserted himself more in the second half as well. So, but we have this. All this happens, and you've seen a lot of games, and it always at the end. And we talked before the game, you and I did, about free throws.
Yep.
And it always comes down to
8
the
for
free
8
throws.
in the second half.
Yeah, it always does, and no matter what. And I didn't even see what we were for the night, but
I had you 11 of 14.
Okay, but like you said, 8 for 8 in the second half.
And boy, 2 huge free throws from a freshman in crunch time.
Well, and we made a couple.
Fun to see.
It's interesting because he made he made a bad decision on the sideline with the ball because Cole was open in the middle, and we had talked about where we wanted Cody, where we wanted Cole. And he made a bad decision. But he didn't let it affect him mentally. He stayed with it, and then he came back and made the 2 big free throws that we had to have. So, again, it's like we talked about earlier. It always comes down to those free throws. I'm telling you. And so we've put a lot of emphasis on that, and we were able to come through tonight.
Well, and what was great was the only 3 missed free throws were in the first half. Wilson missed 1, Geiger missed 2.
Yeah.
But Will in the second half was I had him 5 for 5, and I had Cole at 3 for 3 in the second half.
That's what we got there, and both those guys, they did it. And it's just they presented some matchup issues for us.
Oh, that
Ali
was as long as you're going to see.
Yeah, and that caused a little bit of a problem for us, and I think that impacted us a little bit at the end trying to get the ball in bounds. And that's the other thing I always tell my coaches is you don't want to use those timeouts in the first half because you're going to need them all in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and fortunately for us, they ran out of there. So
they did. They did. And I thought that was going to be an issue when you had to call those 2 quick ones.
I did too because I don't like to call them.
Yeah.
I really don't. And because I've had too many times over the years where I need those late, and then I'm thinking back, man, if I wouldn't have called that one in the second quarter, we would have had 1 extra that we could have used to help us in that situation. But what a great game, though, for the fans.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I mean, really. And
fun game to call.
And again, here we are. We're sitting at 11-5. We're 4-1 in league play. And now, boy, did we put ourselves in a great situation. If we can somehow figure out how to go on the road and win at Columbia City, no matter what, we're going to hopefully have a shot. We're going to be in a hunt because New Haven and Huntington North got to play,
right? And
one of them's going to lose, and hopefully it's New Haven, and then we still control our own destiny. But it's what a great night, what a great game, and I'm so excited for our guys, and it just it was. I thought we were not our best tonight, but I thought we kind of gritted out. And I don't even think we were as good defensively as what we've been.
Boy, and I thought the defense was pretty good tonight, too.
Well,
all the way around. I mean, now I haven't seen as many games as what Derek has, but I commented several times. I thought the team, from what I've seen start to season to here, they've been really consistent with their defensive effort.
They have, and I think I have to remind myself that we're not going to hold them to a shutout every time. Every time they score, I think, man, we got to guard better.
Yeah.
But we gave up a few too many slips, and I think that was one thing I was disappointed, where they slipped to the basket a few times on our switches, and I was a little disappointed with that because I thought we would defend that a little better. But like you said, we got stops when we needed to.
Sure did.
And we got good play out of everybody tonight. I mean, everybody just contributed.
Yeah.
I know they don't all score, but they all contribute in ways that help the team win.
Yep, that's for sure. Well, Coach, I know there's some other folks that want to talk to you, so I don't want to monopolize your time, but thanks so much for coming up. Good luck on Thursday night at Columbia City. That's a big one.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for all you guys do.
All right, thanks, Coach. Head coach Mike McBride joining us up here in the press area. And, boy, Derek, just a big win for the Knights tonight.
Yeah, and I go back to that play where Geiger scored right underneath the basket on the follow from Shively. That's the difference.
Yep.
Because you go back and you think about the free throws that he made, too. They hit a three right at the end, and it was a tough look, but he was able to get it to go. And then really just a heads-up play by the senior, no one recognizing how much time's on the clock. And
great
really,
play.
I mean, yep.
Great heads-up play. Well, let's go through some stats quickly. First for East Noble as a team, they were 16 of 36 from the field, 8 of 18 from beyond the arc tonight. They shot a lot of them. And 8 of 12 from the free throw line. They committed, in my book, a total of 14 turnovers. Individually, they were led by, and very balanced scoring, by the way, they were led by Brandon Nichols with 13. Chipping in with 9 apiece were Brandon Robinson, Hayden Jones, those threes the coach talked about, and then Andrew McCormick also with 9. With 6 for the visitors from Kendallville, Ali, and then Drew Devers also chipped in with a basket late. They also committed those 14 turnovers. For your Norwell Knights, only 5 players shot the ball. Only 5 players scored as a team. They were 18 of 41. From beyond the arc, just 2 of 9 this evening, but not a lot of three-point shots tonight. But, again, 11 of 14 from the free throw line, made 8 in a row in the second half. Huge free throws by Wilson and Geiger in that fourth quarter. They also committed, in my book, 12 turnovers for the game, but just 3 in the second half, which is huge. Leading the way, the freshman, Will Geiger, with 19, 15 of those in the second half. Cole Wilson ended up with 17, 11 of those in the second half. So those two guys really kind of carried the water in the second half of play, but also chipping in with double figures. Cody Shively had 10. Didn't score but 2 points in the second half, but drew an awful lot of defensive pressure. And then James Smith with a 3-ball in the third quarter to round out the scoring at 49 for your Norwell Knights. Derek, we do need to name a player of the game.
Yeah, before we get to that, I do want to run through the other 3 conference scores on the evening, just to give you an update on where Norwell falls this evening into perspective. Huntington North beat DeKalb 45-22. Leo beat Belmont 79-28, and New Haven beat Columbia City 53-42. So not a whole lot changes in the conference. New Haven and Huntington North both come away with victories, and they remain in co-possession of the conference lead.
Right now with 5-0 records and just 2 games left in conference play, and
now
for the player of the game.
Oh, it's Will Geiger. I think had it not been for that follow with a minute left, had it not been for the 2 free throws that he made with 13 seconds left.
In a one-and-one situation. That's right.
It's got to be Geiger, plus 19 points. He did a nice job the entire evening of follows and going up strong. He really shows his strength. We talked about the broad shoulders that the kid has. Unbelievable. He's going to be really good for several years here at Norwell, and he asserted himself inside. I think Coach put it the best that he could. In the second half, he really kind of took control and muscled a couple shots in, played through some contact, knocked down the free throws. The team was 8 for 8 from the line, but not really to take anything away from Cole Wilson. I thought he played a spectacular
Cole
game
Wilson,
as well.
he sure did. Cole really stepped up his game in the second half as well. Geiger, who really struggled in the first half, was 1 of 5 from the floor, came back with a 5 of 8 performance in the second half, a total of 6 of 13 overall, and 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Got to give Cole Wilson a lot of props. He was 7 of 10 from the floor and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And Cody Shively kept the team together. I'll tell you, even when Cody doesn't score a ton of points, he is a leader on the basketball floor and did a great job again with that tonight. But I will go with you, Derek. I believe Will Geiger certainly deserves a player of the game this evening.
Yep, that's right. And we will be back with you on Tuesday for the girls' matchup. It's sectional 23 time here at Norwell against Mississinawa. That game is an earlier start at 6 o'clock, so a lot earlier than normal. And then, of course, the next boys' game will be on Thursday up at Columbia City.
Very good. Well, Derek, it's been a lot of fun. Great game to call, great game to watch.
It was.
Here this evening. Great job with the equipment and getting everything set up. One last time from the Castle, your final, Norwell 49, East Noble 48. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com. For Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter saying so long, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.